Welcome to the stream. If you're new to my channel, subscribe. This is where MAGA comes to talk. Have you seen the Tucker interview with Alex Jones? Oh my goodness. You know, every time Tucker does an interview, I'm like, this is the best interview ever. His interviews are just so good. And I was not expecting a lot from the Tucker interview with Alex Jones, and I started watching it and I was like, what? This is amazing. And I want to talk a little bit about it. I'm on my drive to work. Let me back out of the driveway here first. I'm in my driveway, guys, and I'll share my thoughts. In fact, it's so good, I'm going to watch it again this afternoon because it was just amazing. Now, I will say, full disclosure, I've never been a huge Alex Jones fan. I have not listened to Alex Jones really in a long time, and I've listened to him only a handful of times over the years. I've seen some really good interviews that he's done, and here and there. And I think, like most people, my perspective on Alex Jones is based on this false narrative that's been set by the media and by the haters of Alex Jones. And what Tucker Carlson did in this interview, which should win an award, he should win awards for all these interviews because they're so good. But what Tucker did in that interview with Alex Jones was several things. He humanized Alex Jones, because Alex Jones, you know, I don't think anyone really knows Alex Jones because the media have been after him for so long. But he humanized Alex Jones, and I've seen other interviews with him. It's not that, while I haven't listened or followed Alex Jones' show that much over the years, I've seen quite a few interviews with Alex Jones on different programs over the years, and I never saw anyone do what Tucker did. And what Tucker did, which is not easy to do with Alex Jones, is he put in perspective Alex Jones in a proper perspective, right? He put him in a proper perspective as opposed to this negative stereotype that the media, the left, and the globalists have created about Alex Jones. What blew me away more than anything is what Tucker did in the beginning of that interview is he showed how right Alex Jones has been when it comes to predictions of things from 9/11 till today. And that was, I mean, he was making amazing predictions, and he got into a little bit, well, not just a little bit, he got deep in with Alex Jones on the research that he does that allows him to come with these amazingly accurate predictions before anybody else is thinking about such a thing. So I just thought it was amazing. And I'm going to start following Alex Jones much closer than I ever have. And, you know, it's so really twisted with the media, what the mainstream media do. You know, the mainstream media are just pawns of the deep state, of the globalist and the uniparty. We all know that. But they still have a lot of impact over our lives. And they are able to frame people, issues, things into these false narratives that really got to be discussed. And I really do think that that Tucker Carlson interview with Alex Jones, which I hope you guys have seen on Twitter or X, whatever you're calling it, I think it's going to open Alex Jones up to a whole nother group of people. You know, what seemed like crazy, kooky conspiracy things before Trump came down the escalator, we now know, like, everything's true. It's really woken us. They talk about woke. You know, we're the ones that are awake, the MAGA people. So I'm curious for you guys to let me know your thoughts on Alex Jones, in particular the Tucker Carlson interview with Alex Jones. When Tucker went through this list of predictions years and months before they really happened, I was like, what? How's that even possible? So I thought it was spectacular. Now, if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe. I'll be live on my main stream today in a little over an hour, and I'm going to talk about this business with Hunter. Hunter Biden's facing 17 years in prison. I'm going to go through the details of that. We're going to break it down. And there's a lot of strange things going on here that we really need to dissect. You put that together with really the Democrats abandoning Biden. I mean, they really, the deep state and the Democrats have really dropped Biden. And I think a lot of that has to do with, and this is something I've talked about on my program a few times before. Why is the deep state, why is the establishment, why have they turned on Biden? Why do they want him out? And I'll get into this quite a bit on the next stream in an hour. But I think the beginning of it is they thought they'd be able to control him. They thought they'd be able to control Biden because of his senility and cognitive decline, and also his corruption, his greed. And what he did that began the turnaround by the deep state and the establishment against him, Biden, I think, was the withdrawal from Afghanistan. I think he had one of his senile, cognitive Alzheimer's fits of rage that he was in charge and started barking out orders, and he ordered a withdrawal from Afghanistan in such a sloppy way that the intelligence community lost 2 decades plus of hard work and assets, and many of their people were left behind. And he blew this entire 20 years in the making intelligence operation that all the 3-letter agencies had put together in Afghanistan. I think that was really the beginning of what started turning them against Biden. You know, that was a big deal to them. And that's why they are bringing him down. That's why Hunter is facing these things that he's facing. And the big question is, will this force Biden, I'm still waking up, guys, will this force Biden to drop out of the presidential race? We'll see. So that's going to be a big topic in the next stream in an hour. But Alex Jones, in this Tucker interview, I only have one. I'm going to play one soundbite of it on the air this morning on my next stream. And that's when Alex Jones, who I think has very credible sources all over the world, in the government, in the media, and everything else. Alex Jones said that his sources, which are well-placed sources, and Tucker did some confirmation of this, says that they're filling Biden up with amphetamines, and that at night, this is what Alex Jones told Tucker Carlson, and at night, Biden walks around the White House naked. That's what he said. He says at night, Biden walks around the White House naked, not knowing who he is or where he's at. And I think that is such a credible story that he gave, and it is, it was a great interview. I'm at a red light. You guys listen to Alex Jones a lot? Well, you know, I don't listen to a lot of other programs. I talk about this to people, and I don't listen to a lot of other programs because I don't want to be influenced by what other people are doing so far as what I talk about or my analysis of things. You know what I mean? I do so much reading and research on my own, and a lot of times, if you listen to a lot of different shows and you do a show like I do, you can be influenced in your thoughts by other people, and sometimes you'll say to yourself, "Oh well, they talked about that, so I'm not going to talk." You know what I mean? So I don't like to be influenced by other shows too much. So I don't listen to a lot of other shows. I used to years ago, but if there's a controversy or a particular issue with someone, I'll go and check it out. But I don't listen to shows too much. But I'm gonna start listening to Alex Jones, just to see how what he is doing fits in with what I saw on Tucker last night. Where would you recommend? Where's the best place to watch him? He's been deplatformed so much. I gotta drink some coffee. I had to get up really, really early this morning for something. I've been up since 1:30 this morning, and I got a very busy day. So, and plus I got a 3-hour show coming up in an hour. Get on the highway here, guys. It's a chilly 68 degrees in South Florida this morning, which is cold for us. 10 degrees warmer than yesterday, though. Actually 12. It was 56 degrees yesterday, boys. Oh, my goodness. Pay attention to the road. No, but I was very impressed with Alex Jones on Tucker. And I've seen him on many people's shows. I've never seen that. And, I think what part of it is, of course, Tucker is a skilled interviewer. I mean, he's highly skilled. He's the best. It doesn't get better than Tucker. I mean, he's really good at connecting and everything. And he has chemistry with everyone he interviews. I've yet to see Tucker interview someone that he didn't have chemistry with, which is very unusual. But I think one of the things that made it so different, that interview, one of the things, not the only, but one of the things, it was the first interview I've seen with Tucker where he was interviewing someone who was his equal. As opposed to someone who's trying to use him to bring attention to themselves or use his clout to increase their clout, or some liberal jerk like Piers Morgan who is talking to him just to bark at him. It was the first real conversation I heard with Alex Jones with someone who you would consider to be his equal. I think that had something to do with it. And another thing I think factors into it is when we see how, out of control the globalists are against Trump, I think it brings a lot of credibility to a lot of things Alex Jones talked about that in before maybe I and others didn't pay much attention to because we were focused on other things. But no, I gained a whole new respect for Alex Jones in that interview. I really did. Whole new respect. Now, if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe. You will love my content. And on today's show, that'll be an hour from now, it's Friday, so it's open phones. I take live calls when I'm live streaming in studio, and I can't take live calls when I'm in the car, but when I'm in the studio, I take live calls, screenless. And on Friday, it's open phones. Any and everything you want to talk about is fair game on Friday's show. I call it Open MAGA Mike Friday. Open MAGA Mike Friday. Christine from Pennsylvania, one of the mods in my chat, she came up with that Open MAGA Mike Friday, and I like it. It's actually my favorite show of the week, most of the time. On the highway heading to the radio station. traffic this morning. Well, you know, all this Biden-inflation. People got to get up early and work. So I'll talk about Alex Jones, but I'm gonna lead this morning with the story on Hunter. And I've got some other things too, but I'll talk on the next stream about Alex Jones as well and take your calls. I mean, when in the beginning of that interview, when Tucker showed a montage of Alex Jones' predictions, in particular, the very detailed predictions he made about 9/11, like 6 months before the event. You know, I gotta wonder, who really is Alex Jones? Who is he really? Who are his sources? Who's he connected to? I mean, he's got incredible information and sources. But it's not just that he's got sources and all this information and reports that he researches. He's got the ability to connect everything with brilliant analysis that you just don't get. He talked about a lot of other things too, but I was so shook up by how great Tucker did on that. I was not expecting much of that interview. I really wasn't. After the hour. Oh boy. Let's see, where am I? I got a ways to go still. I mean, let me know in the chat, in one word, describe Alex Jones in just one word. What I would put is just brilliant would be my one word. Brilliant. I never thought I would use brilliant with Alex Jones, but he is brilliant. He's a genius. Doesn't mean he's always right. No one's always right. When you're in the business of predicting, you cannot always be right. People do not understand how to merge. They're getting on the highway. Now, this story with Hunter, with all these federal charges, he's going up in front of a Trump judge. That's serious business. I would not have said this 2 days ago, but I think there is a very, very strong possibility that Hunter Biden goes to jail on this. I think it's a very strong possibility. They don't have some Obama judge or something. It's a Trump judge. I never would have thought, but I do think, you know, and Hunter, he's so arrogant. I'm sure he's very snobby and arrogant about the whole story, but he very easily could find himself in prison. Now, if he was like a normal person and not some spoiled, entitled son of a crime boss, Hunter Biden, he'd have a whole different perspective. He'd be worried about going to prison. And now the question is, will his dad pardon him? Because these are federal charges. So Joe can pardon his son. Will he do it? And at what point would he do it? I mean, he could do it today. He could pardon him this morning. So it's one of the questions I'm going to ask on the show. Do you think that these charges, now keep in mind we got a Trump judge in this Hunter case, do you think Hunter is likely to be convicted? 1, 2, upon conviction, is there a real possibility he could be going to prison with this Trump judge overseeing the case? So we got like a real judge, not some Democrat hack. And 3, do you think Joe will pardon him? And if so, when? Also, will this case get Joe to drop out of the race? These are some of the questions. More will come up as I go through it, but those are some of the bigger questions I'll ask on the next stream. You can answer them now in the chat or in the comments. More than halfway there. I see the darkness more than the sun sometimes. I get up so early. These early morning hours are almost like being an overnight worker. if you've not watched that Alex Jones interview with Tucker, watch it. After I'm done today, after 9 a.m., when I'm done with my regular stream, of course. It was a longer interview, too, for Tucker Carlson. It was about 90 minutes or so. Tucker's interviews usually are not that long. And he did something I didn't notice him doing on the other ones. He did timestamps on the post on Twitter. I was surprised at that, too. I don't think he's done that before. Believe it is almost Christmas. This is the first Christmas that my daughter won't be home with my wife and I for Christmas, so kind of sad. That's what happens when your kids grow up. My daughter will be 25 in a couple months. I said I might live stream from my studio on Christmas morning, so make sure you got the notifications clicked. I can't imagine many people will be streaming on Christmas morning, but I might be. Sometimes, like with Alex Jones, what the cancel culture like to do, the woke mob, is they like to take one moment in a person's life and use that one moment to define a person and destroy them. Everyone's made mistakes, right? Everyone's made mistakes. Someone makes a mistake or two, they should be canceled and forever be branded. So, I mean, come on. And the real thing about Alex Jones, they don't like oppositional viewpoints. The left, the left tell you that they're all into diversity. They're into all kinds of diversity except diversity of thought, diversity of opinion, diversity of voices. They want everybody to have one thought, one voice. And if you're not in tune with their one voice, they want to cancel you. It's really a sad thing. And it's really twisted what's going on. And one of the things Alex Jones was talking about is how they're dividing. They've created this whole anti-white, acceptable anti-white racism from minorities. And he gave some good analysis, which I want to talk about on the show later today. But you look at what the left are doing, the critical race theory, this anti-whiteness that's going on, it's insane. And now, in the last 2 months, we've seen this sick, twisted, out-of-the-closet, disgusting anti-Semitism from the left after the terrorist attacks on Israel. And you put these two things together, my goodness. And all this bigotry, the anti-Semitism, the anti-white racism, it's all coming from the left. And that's just what the left are all about. I mean, they're just all about division and racism. They always have been. But we're living through it now. So that makes it worse. It's bad enough when you look back in history at what the liberals have done with racial divisions. But when you're living through it, it's worse because you're experiencing it. The Democrats' whole party has always been built on racial division. Like I said, if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe. My regular live stream in studio will be in about 40 minutes with live calls. I'm surrounded by huge semis. I can't see the street sign, so I'm not exactly sure where I'm at. Okay, coming up. When I get to the radio station, I'll stop and take a look at the chat before I sign off, guys. And then I gotta get set up for the next show. Okay. 1 mile till my exit. Signal you're hearing. on some of the darkest roads you can imagine in Florida right now. Like I said, when I get to my destination, which I'm almost there, I'll stop and look through the chat before I sign off. Of joggers in this neighborhood. I, for the life of me, could not get up hours before work and go jog and then go home and get ready for work. That's crazy to me. I mean, I've been up for hours and hours, but I was up working and doing stuff. Okay, you guys were with me from my driveway in my house to the parking lot of the radio station, so... All right, let me go through the chat here a little bit. I'll turn the light on. Hope you see me a little bit. I don't think that light helps much, does it? Welcome, everyone. Exercise is important? I can't. I don't have time to exercise. If I'm up, I'm working. No yawning. I know, I hate yawning. Yawns in the morning are rough. Yeah, so where would you guys recommend I listen to Alex Jones at? What's the best place to go to check out Alex Jones' show? Let's see. What would you guys say is the best place? Rumble? Yeah. Well, I will definitely start following Alex Jones a little bit. I'll follow him. I'll pay a little more attention to him. after that incredible interview with Tucker. Not Rumble. Somebody said Rumble. Somebody said not Rumble. Oh, he probably is on Rumble. Oh. Yeah, I saw the Tucker interview with Alex Jones on Twitter. Yeah, and I was just so impressed by it. It just blew me away. All right, guys, listen, half an hour until my next stream, so if you're new, make sure you subscribe. I got to head into the studio and get set up for the live show at the top of the hour, all right? Again, make sure you subscribe. My name's Brian, and like the video too, guys. I'll see you in a